This man just awakened after a tragedy, discovered his girlfriend was still lying beside him yesterday. He was scared and startled backward, not knowing what happened in the end. Now I will come to hug you. Until he felt his girlfriend's body temperature, Wyndham started to calm down slowly. He hurriedly told his girlfriend that yesterday she encountered a car accident and thus left this world, leaving him. Sermon Poetry showed an unbelievable expression. She thought that last night Wyndham certainly had a nightmare. Facing the opportunity to be with Sermon Poetry again that God gave him, Wyndham was extremely respectful. He vowed that he would definitely not let the tragedy happen again. But no matter how unconscious, Wyndham again wore the outfit that he wore yesterday. He was scared and quickly changed to another when he heard the noise in the kitchen. He suddenly remembered yesterday's Sermon Poetry boiled water. He immediately ran into the kitchen to remind her. Sermon Poetry was found again, using a towel to wrap it. Maybe it was because he thought too much. But after a while, Sermon Poetry was still not careful and got burned by the hairdryer. Moreover, in the same position as yesterday, this made Wyndham extremely worried. Perhaps all of that will happen again, because the Sermon Poetry is not being careful. Wyndham specially took her another way, but did not expect the one who did yesterday's drink appeared here. He hurriedly pulled Sermon Poetry aside, thinking that he had experienced a lifetime. Unexpectedly, he just turned around. Sermon Poetry still got water spilled on her clothes. Wyndham is now aware that what happens will still happen, just in a different way. He hurriedly told his girlfriend everything, but Sermon Poetry insisted that he was too stressed, so he appeared like that. For his girlfriend to believe what he said, Wyndham said the candy on his way to work, his watch would accidentally be broken. To dispel her boyfriend's worries, Sermon Poetry decided to go to the company. But until he arrived under the building hall, Wyndham's watch was completely intact, without a scratch. Now he peacefully breathed a sigh of relief, perhaps just like what Sermon Tho said. During working hours, Wyndham came to his friend to talk about his own trouble. When he accidentally caught the fruit that broke the cup yesterday, he was suddenly aware. Perhaps you can protect Sermon Poetry like protecting the other glass. He rushed to catch a taxi on the road, but what made him unexpectedly was that this man was the driver that caused the accident for his girlfriend. Wyndham felt that he definitely knew something, but the driver from the beginning to the end said nothing. It was not until Wyndham was about to withdraw money to pay for the taxi that the driver started to open his mouth. "You paid me yesterday. Hurry up, you don't have much time." Hearing these words, Wyndham has no time to think much. He was like a crazy person running to find his girlfriend. Sermon Poetry's phone forever cannot be contacted. This made him even more sad and uneasy, and did not know how long he was looking for. He finally found Sermon Poetry in a friend's store. He wanted to take his girlfriend out of this city, hoping this could help Sermon Poetry avoid that tragic accident. Wyndham told Sermon Poetry to buy 2 train tickets, telling her to go anywhere. He would be completely at her wishes. Sermon Poetry is extremely happy, because normally Wyndham rarely spends his time. When sitting on the train, the mood of Wyndham is like a person hanging upside down. It was not until the familiar scenery outside the window. At this time, he only knew it turned out Sermon Poetry wants to go the most is his homeland. Sermon Poetry wants to better understand his past, about what he has experienced. Wyndham was extremely touched. He silently swore that he would definitely protect her well. Because his house was not convenient to pass by, they had to walk along the mountain road. It suddenly poured heavy rain again. The two hurriedly ran into the rain into a small wild house. They hugged each other to keep warm. All the great things in the immediate future make Wyndham completely forget all the troubles. It was at the time when he prepared to fix the kettle, his arm was accidentally smashed into the repair furnace. He carefully, slowly lifted his sleeve. The story he worried about, in the end, still happened. The clock, because of the collision, had broken the glass. At this time, he finally determined, what happens will still happen. No matter how hard he tried and tried, it was impossible to change the arrangement of destiny. Looking at the extremely happy face of Sermon Tho at this time, he covered the clock, not wanting to bring this cruel truth to her. So he shed tears gently, asking the poem, "If I only had time to be one day, how would I go through it?" For this question, in the heart of Sermon Poetry has only one answer. I want to be with you, like now. Wyndham was touched by her sentence. He said his deep love for her. The two of them share their secrets with each other. Finally, in the small house, the most sublime moment. Wyndham took the poem to go to his house. Wyndham said his parents died when he was very young. He loves them very much. This is also a knot in his heart that he has never expressed to the poetry. After listening, the poem comforted him. The substance is not the end of love. When Wyndham heard that, Wyndham's tears could not stop anymore. He misses the seconds and love with the girl he loves. This hasty trip makes them love each other even more. When the two of them left the town, Tho suddenly remembered that there would be a graduation concert tonight. This is the most important night that Samantha has worked hard trying for 3 years. Although Wyndham did not want to return, but when he thought about fate, there was no way to change. So he should not let the poem have any regret. Wyndham took the poem to the amusement park in the city. This is the place where sermon poetry really wants to go earlier, but at that time he did not know how to respect and repeatedly refuse. And now he wants to compensate for the girl he loves. The two of them sat together on the Ferris wheel, watching the beautiful night scene of the city, and spoke out their words for the opponent. The dream of sermon poetry has ever been a famous singer, but she was always not confident with the song she wrote. So Wyndham received the time when the poem did not pay attention, stealthily stole the song she composed. After that, he had to return to the company for a trip. He went to the concert and said the specific situation, delivering music printed for everyone there. After the concert ended, everyone changed to the song Wyndham printed. When Samantha saw the music that she composed herself right in front of her, she was so numb and unbelievable. It was at this moment that Wyndham suddenly stepped onto the stage, inviting the poem to perform that song. Samantha, completely not prepared, psychologically ready, not knowing how to look towards her boyfriend. Don't let your future fans be disappointed. Finally, with the encouragement of Wyndham, she gently, shyly sneaked up on the stage. Try to overcome fear, her anxiety when she had just raised her voice. The touching melody touches the hearts of everyone. The people who sing extremely coordinated to create a very good and perfect performance. Wyndham happily witnessed everything. At the end of the performance, all the audience below competed to clap their hands. The first thing that the poem did was to hug her boyfriend. Thank you for all what he did for her. After the concert ended, they went to the restaurant yesterday. Wyndham donated a bracelet. All things hanging on it are memories when the two are together. The gift is not too expensive, but it is the best gift that Samantha has received. Her tears could not stop anymore. After leaving the restaurant, it poured heavy rain again. Wyndham knew that their remaining time was not much. There are words that, if not say now, then maybe there will never be a chance again. Sermon poetry. If not today, without you, I will never know what love is. I want to thank you for letting me know how to love someone, and how to be loved. I don't know what to say. I don't need to say anything, I just want to tell you those things. Sermon poetry was truly touched by his words. They gave each other a deep kiss. But what comes still has to come. The familiar taxi appeared in front of them. Sermon poem invited Wyndham to return home. Yesterday she invited him the same, but he did not get in the car. But this time Wyndham did not refuse like yesterday. He happily went up the car with her. Turn home. When he saw the familiar driver, Wyndham's eyes suddenly increased a few consistent parts. He gave the girl he loved the last kiss. When going to that familiar intersection, seeing the clock, only the time has come. Wyndham's breath suddenly became urgent. The wonderful moments of each other are constantly appearing in his mind. It was at this moment that a truck suddenly crashed. Wyndham used his whole body to shield the poem. The person who left this time was Wyndham, not sermon poetry. God gave Wyndham a chance to love again. He chose to use his life to change his girlfriend's life. He did not regret it, leaving only one person in a tragic mood like him last night. He tried to tell me many times, but I didn't trust him. Right before the car accident yesterday, he told me about how he taught him how to love. He doesn't know that loving him is extremely simple for me. He is all mine. Another sad but very warm ending. Wyndham was once broken, losing everything to choose to love once properly, for meaning. As for those who are not as if they are, the name of life and death like us, even did not understand anything about respect. The more unfortunate thing is, most of us lost and could not come back to refresh. There are many obstacles, separation between us and those who love us. The final result is always a classic saying like this: lost before knowing what is respectful. Why can make us awake? It is really a psychological movie that is worth watching. Everyone, if you have time, find the original movie to experience all the details. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment to support us. Thank you everyone. See you again in the next videos.